day 2. Had a very rough night. I've got sinus. Man, you're making me laugh.
How did you have a rough night?
I had a rough night, man.
Of approximately 11,500 feet above mean sea level, which can lead to inherent medical concerns as reported to high altitude sickness and acute mountain sickness.
2021 and we are back at it again. Now the first thing that we did as soon as we deplaned was get something to eat, and then we went to sleep. Because we were extremely tired from the travel. We didn't get any sleep the night prior to that because we were packing our bikes and our flight was at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You know how they wax?
Whoa! And as soon as we were up, we had to unbox Imran's bike because it was still not removed from the box from the time we got the box from Trek.
It's day 2. Had a very rough night. I've got sinus. Man, you're making me laugh.
How did you have a rough night?
I had a rough night, man. I didn't sleep.
Meaning like what?
I didn't sleep. Day 2. Still acclimatizing. Not feeling too well. I have sinus. Day 1 we didn't do much activity. Just set up my bike. Since I had not used it at all. My setup is pretty ready to go. It's pretty packed and stuff. Let's see how I feel by the end of the day. Gonna make a trip down to the market, get some medicines.
So we just came out of this communication store that was selling prepaid SIM cards, and he refused to give us SIM cards because we didn't have valid documents, or rather they didn't accept these particular documents. They didn't accept our PAN card, they didn't accept our Aadhaar card, and because our driver's license was from Maharashtra, he said it's not acceptable. And I find that really strange. Like, the government accepts all these documents, but a communication store that's selling a prepaid SIM card doesn't accept it, which is really strange to me. He asked us if we had a passport, but I mean, who travels domestically with a passport? So I found that really strange. So with no luck trying to get a SIM card, Adi and me had to rely on Imran since he had a Jio SIM card, and that was the only connection, or rather the only network that was getting connection in Leh. Now, contrary to what Imran said, the market was up and not down. However, we had to stop at this place because the views from here were spectacular. This place is so beautiful. The landscape is just out of this world. And many people say online, they say Leh and Ladakh is like, rather unlike any place you'd ever see. And it stands up to what they say. It is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and it's beautiful. For our dear friend who has this headache, constant headache since yesterday, right above his eyes, we feel it's because of acclimatization, but he says it's not. Okay, he's out now. He's just gone. We're at S&M Hospital in Leh, and this is day 2, and we've had our first casualty, being Tim. He's been what's the word that I'm looking for? We took him to the doctor because his headache was still persistent. The doctors checked his BP, that was fine, but they said that he has symptoms of AMS, and so he's been advised to take Diamox. He's on oxygen right now for about half an hour, 45 minutes. And we're going to take a call tomorrow. If we're not leaving tomorrow. Tomorrow was the day that we were supposed to start, but we're not going to. We're going to take another day. Let's see how Imran feels, and accordingly we'll take a decision whether we need to move on and how do we move on from here. It's day 3 and we're finally excited because we're heading out on this journey. But before all that, let me just give you a brief breakdown of the bikes. I'm riding the Xcal 9. As you can see, I have a sleeping bag, a dry bag and a handlebar bag in the front. I have a camera bag that goes on my back and a saddle bag at the back of the cycle. Adi has the same setup except for the fact that he has a huge handlebar bag and he has a saddle bag with a sleeping bag in front on the handlebar. Imran, on the other hand, unlike Adi and me, has a frame bag also, and instead of the saddle bag, he has a rack with a huge dry bag on it. Now this is the highest the three of us have ever been. Add in the fact that we each had our own adversities to overcome to get here. For example, I had COVID in April, Imran had stitches in between his toes, and Adi had almost torn his glute muscle, so we didn't have enough time to put into training. But that didn't stop us from getting back on the bikes to bike pack.
Didn't expect things to get so beautiful. You moved it, that's right. Didn't expect things to get so beautiful as soon as we started. Not even 10 kilometers out, and man, spectacular.
Man, it's day 1. We're headed to Alchi.
Day 1 of riding.
Day 1 of riding, yeah. Headed to Alchi. We got amazing overcast that we wanted. It's not raining. Great weather to ride in. And man, can't wait for more.
So we've done only 16 kilometers and it feels like we need to stop almost everywhere because it's just absolutely picturesque. It's something that you just see in movies and it's unbelievable, it's unexplainable. So far we've done only 132 meters of elevation gain, and one thing that I've noticed over here in Leh is that they don't have slopes that go straight up. They have slopes which are elongated, so even if you're on a cycle you can climb up those slopes pretty steadily. But besides that, I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good, Imran? Imran's feeling good. Are you feeling good, Adi?
Uh-huh.
And we're good to go. About 2 hours, 20 minutes into the ride, and I can feel it. I can feel it because the backpack on my back is like literally pulling my shoulders down. It's hurting a lot.
I'm barely 20k in, and we're all feeling it. I think we overestimated ourselves.
Okay, so I'll fill water and come.
Everybody's getting their jackets on because it's getting very nippy.
Standing in front of a Gurudwara, filling up water bottles, really hungry, waiting to get to a village which is called Nimbu.
Nimbu.
Yeah, not Nimbus, not lemons, but Nimbu. Not even 100 kilometers done on the bike, and can't say much, but until now it's been a breeze. It's literally so easy to ride this bike. The 1x setup is a dream.
So we are at Magnetic Hill, but as you can see, there are too many people here. So we're not going to be stopping here. We're going to keep heading down to Nimmu. And amazing downhill though. Let's check the footage out.
Thing about bike packing is you need to stop and enjoy the scenery.
So we're at Nilza guest house and restaurant. We're in Nimbu right now. We're just having
Nimmu.
We're in Nimmu, and we've gone through like all kinds of weather. The sun, the cold. It's raining now. It was hot before. It's super cold right now. But the views are spectacular, and it just doesn't feel like you're in India. After much needed lunch, we decided to get some rest as we had to get back on the bikes again. But damn, we had no idea of what was in store for us and how tiring it was going to be. It's cold! 42 kilometers in, and you can see, basically there are 6 hairpins, and it's quite hardcore. But, and here's the big but, just look at all that.
This is the first day. I think we've made it up to the final climb. It was a very, very gradual but steep climb.
And just like that, it got really, really cold. It's really cold right now. It's all grey and dark over here. It's all sunny and warm over there. This place is just too beautiful.
Just when we thought the uphills got over, there's another surprise for us. After the hairpins, there's this gradual uphill climb. Hopefully this is the end of it. What's keeping us going? Those stunning views.
Did not anticipate how hard this was going to be, and this is just the first day. So I've stopped every 1.5 kilometers since the hairpin turns, switchbacks. It's freezing cold right now, very cold. Surprisingly, a rain jacket actually makes for a good jacket to keep you warm. I'm just wearing one layer beneath this. At this point, Adi and Imran were almost 6 kilometers away from me, and what's worse, I had been riding without water for over an hour. Luckily, I found a small shop so I could refill my bottles, and finally, after all those uphills, it was time to go down. 9 kilometers all the way down. The first day of riding was surely hardcore, something we weren't prepared for, but with views like this, the struggle was all worth it. A guest house in Alchi. It was pretty late in the day. I think we've been on the saddle for more than 10, 11 hours.
We left at 9. So yeah.
So on our way to Khalsi, it looks like maybe there was a landslide or maybe just a dust storm.